99% of species on Earth are dead. The saber-toothed tiger died, mammoths died, giant sloth died, but the crocodile didn't die. They survived the asteroid impact and 5 mass extinctions and the entire ice age, and today they are still basking in the sun by the river. What's more outrageous is that scientists put crocodile blood into the blood of humans infected with HIV, and the HIV was all killed. Its immune system is so strong that even the most feared virus is nothing. It can go without food for half a year and still be alive and kicking. It can swallow half of its own weight in one meal, equivalent to an adult. It can eat 14 whole chickens in one go. When the river freezes, it will stick its mouth out of the ice and freezes its entire body in the water. When spring comes, when the ice melts, it swims away as if nothing happened. It has been swimming for 400 million years. Nothing can kill it. Today, I will tell you why. Let's start with the first most counterintuitive thing. We are actually still living in the Ice Age. Yes, you heard that right. As long as the north and south poles of the Earth and perennial ice caps, from a scientific point of view, the Ice Age has not ended. And this round of Ice Age has lasted for about 34 million years. In these 34 million years, the Earth has experienced several extreme cold periods. The most severe one was called the last glacial period, about 30,000 years ago. The global average temperature was more than 6 degrees lower. You may think 6 degrees doesn't sound much, but these 6 degrees directly covered 25% of the Earth's land. The thickest ice was over 4 kilometers, which is equivalent to 5 of the world's tallest buildings. The sea level dropped by over 100 meters. The entire map of the Earth was rewritten. In this hell-level environment, many species were directly eliminated, especially reptiles, because they're cold-blooded. What does this mean? Which means they can't generate heat like mammals. When it's cold, they're useless. So when the Ice Age came, large reptiles were almost wiped out. Giant snakes died, giant lizards died, and giant reptiles in the sea also died. But the crocodile didn't die. They survived, not just survived, but lived quite arrogantly. Now, among the top 10 largest reptiles in the world, by weight, the Crocodilia family takes 8 seats. The largest saltwater crocodile can weigh 2 tons, which is 10 times that of the largest snake. So the question is, why are all cold-blooded animals afraid of the cold? Crocodiles are afraid of the cold, but they didn't die. Why? The answer is that it doesn't look like a creature on Earth. The first trump card is that it lives in water. You may think this is not an advantage, but water is one of the hardest substances to heat and cool. When the same cold current comes, the land temperature may drop by more than 10 degrees overnight, but the water temperature changes much more slowly. Crocodiles spend most of their life in the water, which is like living in a natural thermostat. When animals on land are shivering with cold, crocodiles are still leisurely in the water. Not only that, the crocodile's heart has a special structure that mammals don't have, the cardiac shunt system. When it dives underwater, this system reassigns oxygen from the lungs to the most important organs. Its metabolism drops to a very low level. The whole crocodile goes into power-saving mode. This means it can stay underwater for a long time, so it doesn't need to surface frequently. The second trump card is that it hardly needs to eat. This is what really makes people breathless. An adult saltwater crocodile weighs 2 tons. Guess how much food it needs to eat a year? The answer is about 50 meals. That means it doesn't eat once a week on average. Studies have shown that American crocodiles can survive for more than 2 years without eating and only lost about half of their body weight. Freshwater crocodiles can survive without food for 18 months, and saltwater crocodiles can easily survive a whole year, which seems like a fantasy for mammals. A normal adult eats nearly 1 ton of food a year, but weighs only 1/10 of a crocodile. But what about crocodiles? Only needs about 100 kilograms of food a year and spends the rest of the time lying there motionless like a stone. And they have a perverted skill. It stores a lot of fat in its tail. When food is in short supply, crocodiles can consume the fat in their tails to survive, which is like carrying a mobile granary. What's more, when it finally catches its prey, it can swallow half of its own weight in one bite. This operation of starving for half a year and eating for half a year is cheating in the Ice Age. The third trump card, its hunting method hardly consumes energy. Imagine you were in the Ice Age. You are a primitive man. You need to eat. You have to put on animal skins, walk out of the cave, and trek for hours in the wilderness at minus tens of degrees, track the prey, and hunt and kill, and then drag the prey back. The whole process is very energy consuming. But what about crocodiles? It just lies by the water and waits. Whether it's a gnu, a zebra, or a bison, all animals must drink water. When the prey lowers its head to drink water, the crocodile will pounce from underwater and bites it, and then start the death roll. It bites the prey and spin wildly, and use its tail to drive the whole body to rotate rapidly, and directly tear the prey's limbs apart. The whole hunting process may only take a few seconds, with almost no energy consumption. That's why in the Ice Age, when all predators were struggling to find food, all alligators just need to lie by the water and wait for takeout. The fourth trump card is that they don't age. Scientists have discovered a very strange thing. Crocodiles don't seem to age. biologically, which is called negligible aging, which means a 60-year-old crocodile and a 20-year-old crocodile, there is almost no difference in strength, speed, and immunity. It won't become weaker and more vulnerable as it gets older, and more prone to illness as it gets older. It only dies, gets injured, or gets sick due to external reasons, loss of habitat. But its body itself will not actively degenerate. There is a saltwater crocodile in Australia named Cassius, which is over 120 years old and is still alive and kicking. There is also a Nile crocodile named Henry in South Africa, which is also over 120 years old. These are not exceptions, but the norm of the crocodile species. The fifth trump card, and also the most terrifying one, its immune system. As mentioned earlier, crocodile blood can kill HIV. This is not an exaggeration. Scientists from Louisiana State University in the US, Mark McName, did an experiment. He added the serum of the Mississippi alligator to human blood samples infected with HIV-1 virus. The result is that the efficiency of crocodile serum is far more effective than the human immune system. Not only that, but also Sydney virus, herpes simplex virus, and even super drug-resistant bacteria, Staphylococcus aureus, is also effective. Why can crocodiles do this? Because their blood contains a large number of antimicrobial peptides and extremely powerful complement protein system. This system's function is simple and straightforward. Encountering pathogens, whether it's bacteria, viruses, or fungi, they directly physically destroy their cell membranes and destroy them on the spot. Think about the crocodile's living environment. They are soaked in the mud full of bacteria all year round and often fight with their own kind, and wounds all over their body. If it were any other mammal, would have been infected and died. But crocodile wounds are rarely infected, but also heal incredibly fast. They can heal in a few days. Some studies even found that crocodiles can partially regenerate their tails. During the Ice Age, the temperature dropped sharply, which led to a drop in immunity in most animals. Many species were not frozen to death, but were worn down by diseases. But the crocodile's immune system can still be strong in low-temperature environments. That's why other reptiles went extinct in large numbers, but crocodiles can still remain stable. The last card, the American alligator's ice freezing method. This is the most shocking of all survival skills. When the water freezes, the American alligator will do an incredible thing. It sticks its nose out of the ice and then freezes its entire body under the ice. It stays motionless. Without eating or drinking, it enters a dormant state called hibernation. Its metabolism drops to the lowest level and its heartbeat almost stops. The whole crocodile is like an icy fossil, but as long as the temperature rises and the ice melts, it will wake up as if nothing had happened and continue to hunt, eat, and reproduce. Think about this carefully. This species can go without eating, not afraid of cold, not afraid of diseases, can freeze itself, and then revive. Its immune system is dozens of times stronger than humans and almost never age. From the dinosaur age to today, from asteroid impacts to the ice age, from volcanic eruptions to sea level fluctuations, Earth has experienced countless disasters. 99% of species have disappeared in these disasters, but crocodiles have always been there. It's not by luck, nor its size. It relies on evolution. It took 400 million years. On it, it has accumulated all the survival perks you can think of. So next time you see a crocodile by the river, lying there motionless like a piece of rotten wood, don't think it's stupid, it just doesn't need to work hard, because it is the most perfect survival machine on this planet.